Hey guys, the Joe Madden Sports Podcast here, joined by Allie Burns, plus Money Honey on Twitter, from Picks and Parlays, host of the Daily Wood, and no, Daily
Morning
Wood.
Wood. Morning Wood.
Morning Wood and Daily Chaos. I knew it was that way. Morning Wood. You gotta love that name, Allie. Did you come up with that?
Craig Trapp did, actually, because he wanted me to do a show talking about basketball. And he was like, wouldn't it be kind of funny if it was Morning Wood? Because we wake up in the morning and, at the end of the day, college basketball is what wakes me up and gets me out of bed in the morning. So it works out,
I love it. What a great name. What's happening this week on your shows, Allie?
Yeah, we've had special guests. Well, you were our special guest yesterday, so thank you so much for coming on. Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets talks WNBA. Today we had Ross Benjamin. Tomorrow I've got Matt Jacobs. So just tons and tons of guests on the show. And then, of course, there's always the contest. Like, the main thing about Morning Wood is the Last Woody Standing contest, where our viewers can compete to win $100 and a t-shirt. It starts every Monday on the live show. It's a free contest, and we have a whole lot of fun with that. So that's what's up with the Get Down right now.
It looks like you're having a lot of fun, and you're putting out so much content, Allie. I know you've been on camera all morning, so thank you for joining me here.
No problem. No problem. I was super excited to come on the show, so it's my pleasure as always. No worries at all.
What is your favorite part of what you do, Allie?
I like educating people. I'm definitely into that, but I love interacting with viewers. I'm really into making sports betting a more inclusive situation. It's kind of got that bad rap of like, oh, you bet on sports, don't lose your house, or I don't want it to have that feel. It's supposed to be fun. We're betting on sports here, and I'd like to be a place where people can come and ask questions and learn about what it is we do every day. It's not easy to figure it all out,
Absolutely. It's a daily grind. It's day in, day out. We have one day off where there is no sports?
Yeah, I think Christmas Eve is what it is.
Christmas Eve. Yeah. And there's normally one game on there. It definitely is a grind. But when you love sports as much as we do, it feels not like work. I've got to be honest with you. How do you feel about that?
No, absolutely. I mean, that's just it. Sometimes where I get a little bit hung up is just having to make free picks every day, having to make picks every day, and people are expecting me to come out with who I like. And some days you just don't know, some days I'm just not feeling it, or I just don't feel like it. And so that's where it gets a little rough. It doesn't happen often, obviously, but when it does, then I kind of feel like everyone's expecting something from me and I've let them down. But it's just best to be honest and say, hey guys, look, I just don't love anything today. This is what I'm leaning towards. But, I'd rather be honest than just give out a pick to give out a pick,
Well, absolutely. And I think that's a good lesson to bettors. You don't have to bet every day. If you don't like anything, I would rather stay off.
Yep. I say often that sometimes the best bet you can make is not to make a bet. And that will save you so much money over time that, it'll keep your bankroll rolling, basically.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about, making money. It is a grind. It is day in, day out. But if you got to stay off, you got to stay off. That means
the beauty now, when I first started, I had to go to the sports book and put in a ticket, and then I'm locked in with this ticket and this is all I'm doing for the day. But now if I have a lean on something, I'm not necessarily sure, but I'm leaning that way. Now we have the ability to in-play, and I'm a huge in-play bettor. I really like that in-game action. So if it is kind of going my way, I know where I'm at, and can play it accordingly. So, but get more value in the process a lot of the time also.
Absolutely.
The Yankees were down yesterday to the A's, and they went to plus money and jumped right on those Yankees. They win at 5-3. Stuff like that is really important and profitable when you're doing this, if you're paying attention.
Yeah, most definitely. You have to be paying attention and know your spots. Are you going into games with who you're leaning on, and then when you see them go down, like the Yankees did, is that where you're betting them live, or are there other situations that you're looking at for your live betting, Allie?
I'm into arbitrage a lot. We kind of talked about this last week. So I look for, in baseball, for example, I look for teams that are dogs and good in the first 5, right? So
Yep.
you're coming out at a plus number, but your first 5 record is really good. Maybe you've just got a crappy bullpen. I want to jump on you at plus money because if my calculations are correct, you're going to get the lead in the first 5. And then the favorite will become a dog and go to plus money. And then I can jump on that side of it and I won't lose my bet. I'm just going to sneak a little bit of money out of the middle.
Yep.
So that's one of the things that I practice a lot. But, sometimes during the Warriors series, during all the Warriors series through the playoffs, they were not a great first half team. So I would literally just wait for the first half of the game to start, wait for the Warriors to switch to plus points and plus money and jump on them there. There's no reason I need to lay points or lay chalk with the Warriors because I know this is going to happen already. And if it doesn't, then I just miss the bet and I move on with my life, so. Yeah,
it's a great way to take that. You would have made so much money with the Warriors in that situation because it seemed like time in and time out, they were doing exactly that. Great key point to make for people there, Allie. Now, we've only got 8 MLB games today. It is a limited card. I don't absolutely love today's card, but I know there is one game that you're looking at.
Yeah, I was looking at the Brewers and the Pirates, and it's kind of two things that are going. I look for trends a lot, right? So I'll pop open my app.
Yep.
We've got the Brewers winning their last 4. We've got the Pirates losing their last 4 out of 5. They're coming off of a win against the Nationals. Nationals are not the greatest team in the world, people. Okay, they're just not. Sorry, Washington, but you're not. So getting that win is not the biggest win ever for me, especially on a getaway day. Pitt's back at home. Brewers are coming from Tampa. And I like the Brewers here. I got to be honest with you. We got Hauser and we got Brubaker. Both of these guys can be gas cans. So at the same time, I like this game to go over also, but I am on the Brewers minus 130. The only thing that stinks is there's reverse line movement there. When we've got all this money on the Brewers and they're getting cheaper to buy, that kind of makes me a little bit nervous. I don't change my mind based on reverse line movement, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. So I don't love that, but I do dig the Brewers today. That's kind of what I'm going with.
Yeah, and when we look at them in Pittsburgh, they've done phenomenal winning those last 5 games. And overall, in the last 52 meetings, they've won 39 of them. So the trends and the odds are definitely in your favor looking at that matchup. It should be a great game.
Yeah, they're also 25-18 on the road. So they're a decent road team as well. And this is a team that was really wonky in the beginning of the season. And now they've kind of started getting their stride and started getting stuff going together. So, if you're on a win streak, you want to keep your win streak going. And sorry, Pittsburgh, but 1 win against the Nationals is not a win streak.
I know. And I feel for the Pirates. I do know one of the coaches on that team. And, they're so optimistic every time they start their season. And then we just see them.
Kid, their shortstop, that O'Neal Cruz kid is something to look at. He's like a 6'7" shortstop. He takes, 90 feet, 12 steps. What was it? He can run 90 feet in 12 and a half steps or something. I mean, this kid is definitely someone to look at. My whole family's from Pittsburgh, so I want to support the Pirates. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not that spot for me. And I've kind of made a living off of fading Brubaker all season long. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, definitely good to fade him here. Yeah, the Pirates sitting at 30-45 on the season. Not any better really at home, 17-20. So this is going to be a tough situation for them, especially returning home in this game. I'd love to fade them here.
Yeah, and they're not great after a win. That's another thing. Their record after a win is a bit lackluster. So it's just kind of like everything all fits into place and adds up for me on this one. So that's what I'm going to roll with. The other one I was kind of looking at was the Astros. I'm from Houston. I love my Astros. Lots going on with that Yankees Astros series. I know a lot of people are saying, okay, now the Yankees are in the Astros house and they're going to do some work, but Astros are kind of crushing things right now. So not opposed at all to taking them on the run line. That's what I did. It was a little bit pricey for me, but I'm rolling with it. It's my team. I'm doing it.
Yeah, we've got Garcia starting for them. He's being phenomenal this season. So should be a really interesting matchup here. The Yankees have been a thorn in the side for my Toronto Blue Jays this year. They seem to be rolling over a lot of teams, but that plus money with the Astros at plus 110.
When you got to think the Yankees just came off the Athletics, how hard has it really been to beat the A's, and meanwhile, the Astros have been messing around with the Mets. So, Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll that way. Although I do like Severino. He was 2 seasons ago. He
Mhm.
was just a first five fade for me. Anytime
Yep.
I saw Severino, he was like a Corey Kluber. I'm just taking first five on the other team. I don't care what's going on. It's just auto fade. But Sevy really came back, and so is Kluber for that matter.
Yep.
And he's really handling his business. So it's one of those things. I like the Astros on the run line better than I like them not on the run line, I would say, on the money line.
Okay, you guys, this game kicks off at 6:10 tonight, so make sure you get those bets in. We've seen that total go from 8.5 down to 7.5. I still think this is probably a lower scoring one, Allie. What do
I
you
keep
think?
I keep going back and forth about that myself because it's just hard to take. It's like taking the Avalanche under.
Yeah.
It's taking the Yankees under is just not the easiest thing for me to do because those bats are freaking loaded.
Yeah.
They split the last series with the Astros 2-2, so there's definitely some heat between these teams. They're always neck and neck in the AL. So it's one of those things that I expect balls to be hit, but
Yeah.
with these two pitchers and especially the line movement coming down to a 7.5, it just seems like the sharp money is on that under.
Okay, Allie, I just pulled up the team totals here. We have the Houston Astros coming in at 3.5, the Yankees coming in at 4. Would you be willing to take either of these teams under or over those numbers? That's a hard one here.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I do with the team totals? I
Yeah.
really use those as like a jumping off point for who do you think is going to win the game.
Yeah.
Like when I'm looking at team totals, I'm like, okay, like 4.5 here and 4.5 here, but the juice is here and the juice is here. And I use that as kind of a measure as to where the book thinks the runs are going to come from. As far as taking a team total, ay, Dios mío.
Yeah, it's who do you trust to get these runs? If you trust the Yankees, the over 4 is -105, juice to the under at -114. Well, it's going to be a tough battle. I'm staying off a side total here for these teams. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, that's kind of rough because Houston, I mean, they scored 2 in the last. They had 9 runs against the Mets 2 games ago, but
Yep.
it's been 2, 3, 3, 3. It's not that they're necessarily just cracking balls out of the park that way. Last time Garcia was up, it was 5-3 Houston against the Mets. Yeah, I don't know about a team total here.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite the game. I can still see this one staying under. I think we
Yeah.
probably have, a 4-3 style game. So it's gonna be right to that under, just half a point under that number. Allie, what else is happening at Picks and Parlays this week? What have you got on the schedule? July 4th is coming up. What have you guys got going on?
4th of July. We are just rocking and rolling. We launched our Max Wagers network. I do Morning Wood Monday through Friday, and then also Total Chaos, where I find 2 or 3 handicappers and pit them against each other in a competition. I give them 5 baseball games, and they let me know if they're going over or under the total. So we've always got Total Chaoses going on. We've got Midday Money with Sean Higgs every single day of the week at noon Eastern. Game Time Decision with your friend Detroit Lenny and the
Love it.
Twins. My morning woodies were so excited to meet you, and they had great things to say in the chat. So again, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, it was awesome to come on your show, Allie. I loved it. Would love to come on again, and I can't wait to have you on here again as well. I love the knowledge that you bring.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We try to keep it laid back. We try to keep it light and just have some fun with. Like I said, we're betting on sports here. There's no need to get our panties in a bunch. Like, let's just have some
I
fun.
love that you just said panties in a bunch live on air. Haven't heard that yet on air. So heard Filthy Wednesdays yesterday. It's always great to hear what people come out with.
It happens.
I love it, Allie. Okay, if people are looking for yourself, you're Plus Money Honey on Twitter. Are you Plus Money Honey everywhere on social media?
Yeah, pretty much. Instagram, on Facebook, check out our Morning Wood Facebook page and you can become one of the Morning Woodies. We actually start a contest every month on the 1st of the month. So July 1st, it's going to start. It's a 30-day contest. You give 2 picks a day. The juice has to be under -150. And at the end of each week, if you're even or below in your record, you get cut. So this goes on for 30 days. The winner gets $250 and a t-shirt. Second place gets $100. Third gets 50. And all you have to do is just join the Morning Woody Facebook page. So search that on Facebook. It's Morningwood Picks, Morningwood/group/picks or something like, just search it on Facebook.
Awesome.
Morningwood you're going to find. But yeah, for the viewers out there, if you want to get involved in a free contest that lasts a whole month to really test how good you are at what you're doing, this is the place to do it. The Handy Capitan, people, the Handy Capitan.
I love it, you guys. For everyone listening, I'm going to put a link below this show to that Facebook page so you guys can check it out. Allie, absolute pleasure. As always, you know, I feel like I've known you forever because I've watched you forever on socials. Thank you so much for joining me here. It's an absolute honor.
No problem. We'll see you again really soon. I'll have you back on Morningwood sometime in the very near future.
Absolutely. Thanks, Allie. Have a great day, you guys. I'll be back at the top of the hour with another Joe Madden Sports podcast. Thank you, Allie.
Good luck, guys.